Hey, Life Community Church, Tim and Lauren here. We're back. We're back from vacation.
Yes.
And we had a great time.
We did.
We went to Florida, stopped at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Elias fulfilled his dream of body surfing.
Yeah.
On the
We had
ocean.
no intentions of stopping at the beach on our drive.
Yeah, we really didn't.
And so we changed things up because he kept talking about body surfing and that he was going to go to the beach this summer. And I was like, no, we are not going to the beach.
Yeah.
So we did.
Just a really interesting plan that he had in his head.
Yeah. So.
And we forced them to go on some Harry Potter rides.
Yes. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
And they had a great time.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they quite thanked us for it, but they had fun on the rides we forced them on.
Yeah, at one point, both of the kids were crying in line, and a woman was staying there, and I heard her. She didn't know I could hear her, and she was like, I cannot believe those people are making their kids do this. They obviously don't want to do it. And I was like, wait till you have kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. And so we get off the ride, and both the kids were like, that was cool. I liked it.
Cool.
And I was like,
see?
Exactly. And honestly, isn't that God?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Where he's like strong-arming you, and you're like, I don't want to do it.
There's no way this is good. There's no way this is, yeah.
It's such a representation. Parenting it's such a difficult thing because, like, in the moment, you're like, we're supposed to be having fun, and we're literally forcing you.
Yeah.
And, like, we are doing
And now
that.
it's not fun for us.
And now it's not fun for us.
Yeah.
And then we get off, and they're like, that was fun. And then the next ride, we got to start that process over
Yeah, they didn't believe us on the next ride.
On the next one.
I was like, wait, no.
No lesson learned. Oh, aren't we that way? That's us. We're there. I mean, we look at our kids and we're like, you guys are so stupid. And we are exactly the same way.
We are.
As adults
We are.
with the Lord. So.
We are.
Side note.
I'd like to think that I'm not, but when you put it that way, I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So this week, Hunter was talking about giving.
Yeah. Tithing. Specifically.
Tithing, yeah.
But yeah, also, I mean, just the whole heart of giving. It starts with tithing.
Yeah, I wrote stewardship.
Yeah, stewardship.
Yeah. So it's not a fun thing.
No.
It's not a fun talk.
It is
adulting.
It is adulting. I think the general feeling of people in America is that, like, well, at church you shouldn't talk about money. Like, talk about everything else. Like, give us the gospel, but don't talk about money.
But really, in America, talking about money is hardly acceptable anywhere.
Yeah, true.
Like, the workplace is not acceptable. I've seen some posts about it recently where friends were talking about it, then it caused strife, and then it's like, and then people are like, yeah, you don't talk about money with your friends. Yeah. It's like, so you can't talk about it with your friends, you can't talk about it with your family, because then they get jealous. So there's really nowhere to talk about it.
Yeah.
And what it looks like and what should be happening with finances,
Yeah, because we're so independent in America. We feel like we're self-made.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that in itself contradicts Christianity.
Yeah.
Life with God.
Right.
Right? And Jesus never really shied away from talking about money, which is the interesting thing. So, when we say we're self-made, we're automatically saying, yeah, I didn't need God to get this.
Yeah.
But tithing and giving is what Hunter said. It's teaching you to remember that everything you have, you're not self-made. Everything you have is from His hand, and you're just returning it back to Him. And it's just it's a declaration that's like, this is all from you.
Yeah.
This is all from you. I'm reminding myself. I'm teaching myself. You are my source. I'm not my source. Even if I think I'm my source, even if I look at all the, if I look at everything and try to make it look like I'm my source. I mean, it's funny. It's like there's some things that some people don't struggle with just naturally.
Yeah.
And then they think that they're good at it.
Ooh.
But it's actually just because you don't struggle with that particular thing. That's not because, that was a gift, a grace from God.
Yeah, one of the things Stephanie and I talk about a lot. Stephanie works here in the office. She's my best friend, and she can keep chocolate on her desk. Yeah. And I had to eventually be like, can we not? Because she can just have a thing of chocolate. Yeah. And I have to walk by her desk 20 times a day. I want to take a chocolate every single time I walk by. Yeah. Because that's what my head is saying. Yeah. And so for her, that is totally, and it's like that, it took another adult saying, this is how this makes me feel. And then she was like, oh, I think that's one of some kids struggle with that. My kids struggle with that. And it's like, yeah, because that is my head. I'll take a little bit. Before I know it, I could have eaten a whole jar because that's my struggle. And that's not hers.
And how silly would it be if she says and she took credit for that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, But no, it's just nothing that she's ever struggled with because that was just the way that God wired her.
Yeah.
And so there's so much in our lives that we're blessed with, we don't even realize that, and we're not willing to acknowledge that God gave it to us.
Yeah.
So tithing is one of those specific areas dealing with the thing that the reason you're awake right now probably is because you had to get up and go to a job to earn money.
Yeah.
Right? And so this is one of those areas where we practically declare that God, you're my source.
Yeah.
It's a practical faith of living this out, like walking with God, doing what He says in the Word. And so Hunter did a great job talking about what the Bible says about tithing and stewardship and, what God expects, but He's not coercing us. He's not trying to manipulate us into giving.
Yeah.
And, one of the reasons it's hard to talk about money is in the church, there has been abuse. Yeah. Right?
For sure. There has been manipulation.
Yeah, manipulation.
I've heard, we talk about this in Rooted, the class. And one of the things that Tim and I have said is we have been in the situation of being manipulated and feeling pressure to give. We were in a group setting and someone said that we were all going to give towards something to honor his pastor.
His pastor,
that was visiting, who we'd never met until this moment. And one of the things that the pastor had said was, don't embarrass me. Yeah. He wanted everyone in the room to give
before they left.
And we're at someone's house.
And actually, we didn't even know that this is what this meeting was about. It was like sprung on us. It was just about that.
And so while we're living in California, we were tithing, but we were also barely making it.
We were running out of things to sell to pay bills. Yeah. Like we were selling our personal items so that we could pay the bills.
And one of the things that Tim and I, this is one of the things we remember about that time in our life, is we would lay on the floor and cry.
Yeah.
Group cry.
Group cry.
It was us.
Our closet was really big too, so sometimes we would just like lay in our closet and cry.
It was a very, very difficult time. And so for that was like, we look back on that moment with such bitterness. And the Lord loves a cheerful giver. We were not cheerful. And we felt very manipulated. We walked out of there. We felt very manipulated. We felt very angry about that. And so that's something that is our heart, is that is never our heart behind giving. It didn't make us stop giving because we give because that's what we feel like the Lord wants us to do, not because of that person. We continued giving to that church.
Yeah, we did.
Until we left that church.
Yeah.
Until we felt like the Lord told us it was time to leave that church.
Yeah.
We didn't leave that church because of the manipulation.
Yeah.
We continued to serve faithfully there and give faithfully there until we felt like the Lord released us.
Yeah.
So that is our heart behind it, is that we don't want to in turn around and be that type of leader.
Yeah.
We want to be good stewards.
Yeah.
With our finances and with the church's finances.
Yeah, and we want to be good stewards with the Word. Like God's called us to teach people the Bible and to teach people how to walk closer to Jesus. And like we would not be doing a good job. We would not be doing the right thing if we didn't talk about what God says about finances and money.
Right.
And he's real clear about it. Is that he wants us to give to Him not because He needs it, but because it teaches us. It reminds us that He's the source, that He needs to be first in our lives. Yeah. We were made to have Him first.
Yeah.
And so that's a way we do that, is we continually remind ourselves, teach ourselves that He's first. And there's something else that happens is when we give to God, we are inviting Him to work in our life too. If we have this attitude that we're self-made and we don't need to give anything to God, then He he does. He backs off because he's not pushy.
Yeah.
He backs off and says, okay, you got it handled?
Yeah.
And then we wonder why we're not blessed because we haven't released to him anything for him to be a part of.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So,
yeah, it's a hard one, you know.
Yeah.
It is. I think one of the things that I really liked was he was saying, it was like Hunter said, you will have to rearrange your life.
Yeah, you will.
Around God.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's literally the purpose of it. I mean, that's kind of,
we forget that that's faith.
Yeah.
Faith is not an abstract, it's faith. In America, we think that faith is an agreement.
Yeah.
I agree with God, God said, what he says. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
But faith is doing it.
And a lot of people give when it's like that occasional giver, when it's like convenient or you feel moved to. Like, that is how I do giving to other people.
Yeah.
Like, if I feel like the Lord's like, give that homeless person the money in your wallet, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't do it every time I see one.
Yeah.
I only do it when I feel led to.
Do it, yeah.
And so that's how some people treat giving to God. Like, only when I'm like, ooh, this missionary's good, I will then give.
Yeah.
But, and while that takes...
That's actually a tip.
Yeah. While that takes faith, what actually requires faith is to always give.
Yeah.
Consistently, and you're first every time. That requires faith. And I thought when you worked at Encore and we had more money, I felt like we were good at this.
Yeah.
Because we were consistent, we did it, you know. And then we started working at the church and our finances changed drastically.
Yeah.
And I had to recalibrate my heart again to be good at giving.
Yeah.
I'm still not, you know, there's times where it's still a struggle, and we can be open about that, where it's like, I mean, I think it was not this year, but last year we got a tax return and you tithed on the tax return and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what the?
Yeah.
And I was like, we've already tithed on the giving. That's the government giving us our money back, you know? It's like, and so I was mad about that, you know, mostly because you didn't talk to me about it. But,
yes.
You know.
My bad. I shouldn't have talked to you about it.
Yeah. But, you know, and so now this year it was like, we're going to, I don't even know if we got any money back. But
a little bit.
Yeah.
But we tithed it.
Yeah. So, and this year it's like, okay, that's what we're going to do.
Because, I mean, the Bible says, like, you know, honor the Lord with 10% of your increase, right? And so it's not just, it's like your first fruits of what you have, but then your increase.
Yeah.
Like, so like when God blesses you, it's like, and it's hard to do. When you get things that you don't expect are coming, you're like, oh, well, this is a gift. But then it's like to turn that into worship, and you're like, God, I'm gonna give some of this back to you because I'm acknowledging that you came from you. So
it's hard. We're not saying like this, like we have this down. Yeah. And because we don't. Yeah. But one of the things that I kept coming to my mind as Hunter was preaching it on Sunday was I was saying, girl math is God math. Yeah. God math is girl math. And Tim is against girl math because he's not a girl.
You wouldn't think I was against it because I seem to always go along with it. But I'll still roll my eyes at it.
So I don't know if you know girl math, but girl math is this. So if I had bought something at Target for $25 and then I go and I return that to Target and I get my $25 back, that then is free money. And I now have $25 gift card. Even though I paid for it, but that was weeks ago, and that money was already gone.
It's long gone.
So that doesn't
matter.
Forgot about it. So now I get to buy something for $50, and I'm only spending $25, and it was half off. It was on sale.
Yeah.
And I do subscribe to girl math. I do believe it, but then I realized that's God math at the same time, because we see this in our lives where it's like we return the $25 that was the Lord's.
Yeah.
We give him back and the $25. And then somehow when you go and you spend the $50, still is $50. Yeah. But it changes your heart. Yeah. And you're excited and you're like, this was on sale.
Yeah. And there's blessings that aren't monetary.
It's not. I'm not saying you get double your money. I'm not saying that because that's not because we're not prosperity gospel.
Right.
I mean, I wish it worked that way.
Yeah.
But we know we make tremendously less, but the Lord has provided.
Yeah, and we're not giving to get back. We're giving because of who He is. That's one of the points.
But it changes your heart. So that's the thing about girl math. Girl math changes your heart because then you're excited. You're acting like you're getting things on sale. And you're not. You're not. You're not.
Yeah.
But it changes your heart. And you go, and then it's exciting. Because then you get to lay down that $25 that you spent last week and you're like, yeah, this is on sale.
Well, when you invite God, and you see it, and that's the thing that this does, is it teaches you God's faithfulness over and over. I mean, you're teaching yourself to put Him first. Yeah. But when you do it, you get to see God's faithfulness. Yeah. Over and over and over, because you've invited Him in and saying, yeah, this is yours. Yeah. So like, I'm giving you the 10%, but honestly, the rest of it is yours. Yeah. So have your way in it and make this work.
Yeah, He does.
And He does, and it's exciting to know that God is in the middle of your life, in the middle of your finances. So it does create excitement, because it's like, I am not giving so I can get back. I'm giving back to you because of who you are, but you always give me more than I ever give to you.
Because it is a heart thing. Yeah. It is a heart thing. And we see sometimes, this is sometimes a question, time is money. Yeah. Therefore, serving the church is money. And that's your giving. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like one of the things Hunter said that you really liked was about...
Oh, yeah, so like he ended with this, like, do you have to give to be a Christian? It's not about salvation, right? Yeah, it's all grace. So no, you don't have to give. And you don't have to pray. Right. And you don't have to go to church. You don't have to worship. You don't have to read your Bible. Right. Will you still have salvation? Will you go to heaven? Yeah. But what about now? I mean, heaven is for now. You can be doing and experiencing heaven now, but if your life and your faith, your walk with Jesus is all about what you don't have to do and what you can get out of, like, what kind of life is that? Yeah. I mean, think about the things that we enjoy most in our life are the things that we don't have to do, but that we get to do and that we're excited to do. Right. And so God wants to use. And He wants every area of our life, right? And if we're using serving as a way to get out of another area that He's told us to do, like, that's just kind of like, it just tells you. Yeah. I mean, it speaks for itself, right? Yeah. And He wants it all.
Yeah. Well, we are the bride of Christ, so marriage is such a representation of our relationship with Christ and our relationship with the church. Yeah. And so you just think, like, if I was always trying to get out of every single thing, would you feel loved? If I was always like, well, you're going to keep your money separate. Yeah, no. And never help me out. Yeah. Never buy me anything. Yeah. And then it's like, and also I'm always going to try and get out of everything. Yeah.
Or like, I need you, but don't you dare count on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Or like, I don't need you. I mean, either one of those scenarios, right? But it's when we're joined and we're freely giving to each other, like, I mean, I don't have to treat you well to be married, right? I mean, really. Yeah. You're like, we could be married on paper, but like, I don't have to spend time with you. I don't have, if you think about it that way, like, we can live separately. You don't have to do all those things to be married, right? But that's how a lot of us Christians live. Yeah. We try to, like, how can I have God but not have to do all these things and not have to rearrange my life. And that's the hardest thing I think about talking about tithing and giving and living a lifestyle of generosity and faith towards God in this area of finances is that you have to change your life. Yeah. You have to change your life to do it. You've got to rearrange your life. Yeah. But you'll find that if you do it, God is faithful and He loves it and it worships Him, and it's not about checking the boxes off. Right. It's not even really about an amount. Hunter was really good about, the tithe it's about the first. It's the first fruits. Yeah. Because it takes faith to do it first. Yeah. Before you have any of the other questions answered, it takes faith to say, God, this is all from you and it's yours.
Right. I think, just like in any other area, God's not waiting for your perfection. He's waiting for you just to move.
Yeah.
And so maybe it is $5, $1, and it's just the consistent, like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
It's not about the 10%, because it's like,
yeah.
Can you imagine? It's like, I'm not going to get saved until I can quit sinning. Well, you aren't going to have the power to stop sinning until you get saved.
Or I'm not going to read the Bible until I can read a full chapter.
Yeah. Or the whole thing.
Yeah. Right? It's just like any other of the disciplines of walking with Jesus. It's like, oh, I'm not going to pray unless I can pray a solid 15 minutes. Like, hey, if you're not used to praying, 5 minutes might be a real stretch.
Yeah.
But you should still go for it.
Yeah.
And that's who God is. He's an encouraging God. He's waiting for us to step out. He's encouraging us, but he's just waiting for us to make that move towards him, and he rushes in with his grace and his power. And so maybe it starts out little, but what's your heart about that? It's like, God, I'm doing this. I'm reaching out in faith. I'm not doing this just to check off the box, but Lord, what if you ask God to help this area of your life grow? Make me more generous.
Yeah.
Lord, help me to be more generous. Help me to trust you.
Yeah.
Help this little bit to grow this next year.
Yeah.
I want you to change my heart. I would like to be a person who's excited about what I get to give away.
Yeah.
That may seem like an impossible, like that's somebody else. That's another life.
Yeah.
But that can be you, and he's faithful to answer if that's the desire of our heart. I've asked that. I've prayed that. Lord, make me a person who's excited about what I get to give to you.
Yeah.
And he's answered, and it's taken a long time. And just because I've done it doesn't mean I was always cheerful.
Yeah.
Just because I did it doesn't mean that it wasn't hard. But God has faithfully, as I've asked him to, he's changed my heart.
Yeah.
And he's made me more excited about, like, when I look through the taxes, I get to say, like, this is how much we got to give away this year.
Yeah.
Before it might have kind of sounded like, golly.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's just it's a walk, isn't it? We keep, like I said, it's like, you think you're good at it, and then you tithe on the tax return, and you almost die.
Yeah. And you have a fight. No. Yeah.
So you just you think there's always work to be done.
We're
areas
all
to submit
still
to the
learning to be like Jesus. We're all still learning to walk with him.
Yeah.
We're all still unlearning the way we used to walk when we weren't with the Lord.
Yeah.
And so sometimes those things take a long time to unlearn.
Oh yeah.
But that doesn't mean we stop.
Yeah.
God's all about it.
Yeah.
He wants to make us in every way just like his son.
Yeah.
So Hunter didn't get a chance to read it, but this is a verse that he was referring to about being a cheerful giver, and it's 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6 through 9. I'll say that. So it says this, remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver, and God is able to bless you abundantly so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. As it is written, they have freely scattered their gifts to the poor. Their righteousness endures forever. So he's faithful, but it takes faith to step out and to put yourself in the position to see that.
Yeah,
and
totally.
I know that's a challenge. I know it's scary. But hey, God has given you blessings. He has written the story of your life. He has put you in the place that he's put you to be a blessing to the world, to show them that Jesus is real, that he is in your life, and he's going to give you everything you need to do everything he's called you to do. I mean, and like I said, we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't tell you about what God expects and what God has to say about, finances in the Bible. So, anyways, go back, listen to that if you missed it. It's a great sermon. It'll encourage you. It will challenge you. It will challenge. I won't lie.
Yeah.
It will challenge you.
You will have to rearrange your life. Around God.
And so, again, think about what Jesus said in John 14:15. He says, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. Or another paraphrase, if you love me, you'll do what I say.
Yeah.
It doesn't say, if you love me, you'll agree with what I say.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the life of faith. And as we just approach God and say, like, Lord, this sucks, and I suck at this.
Yeah.
But I want to follow you, so help me to do what you said to do. And He's faithful.
Yeah, I mean, and I think there's something to pay attention to when something does, like, well up in you. Because, for instance, like, you think, we're good at giving. We consistently give. And then... Until something happens. Right? And you tithe too much, in my opinion. And then it's like, and you go, oh, I thought I dealt with this, and I haven't. So it's like, pay attention to the stuff that causes a reaction.
What we talked a few weeks ago about pain points, right?
Yeah.
God uses pain points to point to areas that He wants to deal with.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, we love you guys. We'll see you this Sunday. Hope your first week of school goes great.
Yes.
And we'll see you then. Bye.